Let's get hype, son. Let's go. Sign me up Saturday.
Akira. He's got clout.
Here we are. It's the beginning of another great day. A sunny summer day. It's the best day for you know what. I'm going to read you a quote from Norm Macdonald. And he says this: the idiot sees the world as good versus evil. The cynic sees the world as evil versus evil. The truth that no one seems to be able to see is that the world is, and always has been, a battle of good versus good. Versus good. Versus good. Versus good. Wow. This is actually really profound. This is the situation we find ourselves in. There are not two sides in which one is good and one is evil. There are two sides in which one feels that it is good and it believes, incorrectly, that the other one is evil. But both sides are pretty sure that their version of the world is the good one. Wow. The world is, and always has been, a battle of good versus good. Versus good. Versus good. Versus good. Versus good. Wow. 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 Wow.
I feel like shit.
Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days.
We're doing it again, baby. Sign me up Saturday. Let's go.
Everything is everybody sucks. You don't really know what
losing my cool.
It's all about happy days. It's just one of those happy days. It's just one of those happy days.
Sign me up Saturday, son. Let's go.
I feel like shit. My suggestion is to keep your distance. Right now I'm dangerous. Right now I'm dangerous. Something's happening to the bonds.
My day keeps going this way and this way. I'm gonna pop you one so you'll stop playing games. Give me something great. Give me something great. I hope you know I'm like a chainsaw. A chainsaw. A motherfucking chainsaw.
What?
So come and get it.
Today's a new day, it's happening in Detroit. You're feeling okay, we're with you, Detroit. No holding back now, on the right track now. Stand up and tell them you're from Detroit. We build it better, right here in Detroit. Working together, we're making it in Detroit. It's time to shout it, no doubt about it. Stand up and tell them you're from Detroit. You've got the spirit, tell them you're from Detroit. Come on, let's hear it, tell them you're from Detroit. We're a team that's hometown, there's no town like Motown. You're at the heart of it, Seven's a part of it. Stand up and tell them you're from Detroit.
Sign everybody up. Welcome back. It's the return of Sign Me Up Saturday, your favorite weekly show that happens maybe once or twice a year. Actually, I think we took the whole year off. Hopefully the audio's working. I will say, I was a little happy we had a technical difficulty. The music wasn't playing for the first little bit. And you know me, I like a good technical difficulty. Let's get the camera lined up a little bit better. Let's take these glasses off so you can see. I still haven't shaved. Stubble ref summer in full effect. Someone call the cops. It must be illegal to have this much fun on a Saturday. How's everyone doing? How's the chat doing? Thank you to Rando. No audio. Every time. Let's take a look at this now. No audio. There we go. There we go. Now I gotta mute. Do you hear me double? Oh, I know what I gotta do. Oh, well, that's interesting. Well, let me know. Do you hear me now? It wouldn't be a Sign Me Up Saturday without a good technical difficulty. What do we got going on here? Yes, no? Oh, this is what I love about being live. Now, that would be interesting. I don't know why it wouldn't work, but we'll see. Oh, maybe. Okay. All right. So let me get this. It's not double. We can fix this here. Let's fix this. Oh, boy. So we're going to have to do that whole intro all over again. Can you still hear me? Hopefully, yeah. It looks like you should still be able to hear me. All right. Well, welcome back. It's Sign Me Up Saturday. The return, your favorite weekly show that happens, I don't know, once or twice a year. I think we took all of last year off. I think it's been 2 years since we had one of these shows. But call the cops. It must be illegal to have this much fun on a Saturday. And I was saying before we had another technical difficulty, I'll be honest, I was a little worried. I was a little nervous going into this show. Then we had the first technical difficulty with no audio playing, no music playing in the pre-stream. So I say, hey, I got it fixed. Sign us up. We'll go restart that. We get on. Apparently, I had no mic working. So, hey, you know what? That's how we do it over on Sign Me Up Saturday. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Well, here's the real deal. USFL Podcast, probably not going to do a show every week. I might supplement it with Sign Me Up Saturday in between, so there's some content in there. No promises. I don't like schedules, and it's all on timing. But as of right now, that's the plan. I think Zachy Boy and I are going to be recording an episode for this upcoming Friday. So maybe not a Sign Me Up Saturday next week. Or maybe there will be. It depends what kind of stuff we got to talk about here. And I'm going to use this as a little exercise to talk about some things outside the USFL. Maybe not always, but there's a couple interesting tidbits this week. So like I said, we're talking USFL naturally. We're going to be talking Arena Football League. They just announced their 16 locations and some turmoil going on at the National Arena League. We're going to go over that stuff. SlamBall, because our boy Bailey Carlin from the 2020 XFL is running shop on their social media, and I have to say they're doing a bang-up job. And then if we got some time, we're going to go over some XFL too, because everybody has been asking about the ref covering the XFL in video form. We all know the OG show this week in the XFL, hosted by yours truly, the ref. It's been on hiatus for a while. Now, I would bring it back, but the powers that be told everybody, hey, get your name out of our podcast, out of your podcast name. And you know what? I don't negotiate with terrorists. That's just the facts. But before we get started, a couple things. I don't care if it's craft beer. I don't care if it's crap beer. I don't care if it's water, coffee, or tea. Grab a drink. Let's get signed up. You know me, I'm on that water gang. Sign you up. Hopefully everybody joined me in that simultaneous Sign Me Up Saturday. Like I said, call the flipping cops. It must be illegal to have this much fun on a Saturday. So a couple other things, then we're getting into the news. Social flipping media, what the hell are you doing? You can follow me at The Ref Says. Of course, you should be following at USFL Podcast, at USFL Newsroom, at Arena Newsroom, at PF Newsroom, all the newsrooms. Like I said, if you go to The Ref Says, look at Twitter, the Lime Guy meme, that's me, all the newsrooms, the podcasts, and now we're adding another one, Sign Me Up, Saturday on the list. And you know what? Season 3 of the show is only going to get bigger. So, hey, little birdie said maybe a Monday show. We'll see. No promises, no curtains, but sign everyone up. You should be checking out all the newsrooms daily. We got all the latest news, good times, all that fun stuff. But I'd say, hey, the big news that's happened since we last joined you on the USFL podcast, our boy, our MVP of the USFL Championship, Alex Magoo Dog, signing with the Packers. Now, you know me. I seldomly have anything nice to say about the Packers. But you know what? Aaron Rodgers is gone. He's set. He's gone. He's out of here. Let me turn this audio down. I look like I'm peeking a little bit. You can probably hear dust in the background. Anyway, I rarely have anything nice to say about the Packers. FTP all day and night. FTP 24/7 of my existence. FTP is going to be engraved on my gravestone. But now that, the evil monster is out of there, maybe somebody got their head out of their A. I'm going to try not to swear on this show. We'll see. Maybe somebody got a little bit of sense knocked into their silly brain, because now we're seeing our boy, USFL MVP quarterback Alex Magoo, going from the USFL Championship, heading over to the NFL in the Packers. Now, I'm going to root for him, except for 2 games a year. And that's when the Lions, I'm sorry to say, are going to restore the roar all over the pack. Just let it be heard. Let it be known. But anyway, our boy James Larson, he comes to us. He brings us the articles. They're in, they're out, they're there, they're daily. This is why you should be checking out USFLnewsroom.com daily. Lane, you know what? I wouldn't be shocked if we see this dude start sometime in this season. We will see. Okay, so let's see what James has to say. Alex Magoo took the USFL by storm this year in an unprecedented season that resulted in MVP honors. The Green Bay Packers clearly took notice, having held Magoo for a tryout this morning, but that was July 18th. But according to Aaron Wilson, the Packers intend on signing Alex Magoo. This would be the fourth USFL to NFL signing since the season ended. And we're still waiting on Deion Kane. And you know what? Don't give Keegan a hard time. But if you want to give him some bants, come and join the Discord link down below, because the PFN Discord is the pinnacle of Discords. I said this at Spring Stock. I said it at Summer Stock. It's one of these things. I just started it because I figured we needed some type of community spot. And over the years, it's evolved organically into one of the most amazing things. I don't even want to say I created it, because I didn't create it. The users created it. The Discord has a mind of its own. Our enemies use our Discord. That's how you know it's good. The people that hate me use my Discord. Sign them up. I mean, every little bit of engagement counts. But back to the story here. So, Alex has plenty of NFL interest, with reportedly a third of the teams intrigued by his talent. Jaguars, Houston Texans were also looking to work out Magoo this week. Would have liked to see him here in Houston. H-Town, even though I'm a Lions fan, restore the roar. The Texans are local, somewhat to me. And I would have definitely gone out to see a game. Speaking of which, Skip Holtz, I doubt you're watching this, but if you are, you know it. I'm going to be heading down to TD-ECU Stadium to go see the Cougs' new quarterback, your son. So if you didn't know, Skip Holt's son is going to be playing for the Houston Cougars. So I'm going to get swooged up, and couged up here at Sign Me Up Saturday. But back to this article. The Green Bay Packers, they swooped in, sneaky little pack. Didn't give anybody else a chance to bring him in. But, hey, here, what do we got here? 180 for 267, 67% percentage on the passing. Over 2,100 passing yards. 20 passing touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. Over 100 quarterback rating. But here to me, 403 rushing yards for a quarterback. Again, this is only 10 games, 12 games in his instance. I'll have a lot to talk about that next year because, you know, as we know, the Houston Gamblers are going all in next year, 12-0. They're also going 24-0, 36-0, maybe 48-0. We'll see. So get ready to get all in. This year, just had to step our toes in the water here. So Alex Magoo, big shot, heading to the NFL. We're going to have the season starting soon. We have the preseason coming up really in just a few weeks, right? Less than a month at this point, I think. Of course, it ain't going to be the Packers, but, you know, that first game takes place at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, so it's nice to see that mixture. Last game of the USFL season there, first game of the NFL season there as well. We also have another signing. We talked about Deion Kane, but we're waiting. We're waiting to see where he lands. It sounds like that news is coming Monday. But we have Cleveland Browns. Everyone around me. Cleveland Browns is signing former Stallions wide receiver Austin Watkins. This is also coming from Aaron Wilson, which make sure you're following him. He seems to have a good scoop on some of these stories. I'm curious. Chat, let me know. Oh, well, Chris, we'll talk about the Albany Empire debacle, too. We're going to talk about some arena football because I have some theories on that. But, chat, let me know. Who do you want to see signed moving from the USFL to the NFL next year? Who are you hoping to see that the USFL re-signs? Because we got a boatload of those. As you know, when the league first started, the contract was slightly different, but since then they had changed it. Hey, it's up until the end of season 2. Well, season 2 is over. Like I said, the first spring football league to make it and finish a season 2 in nearly 40 years is now becoming the first spring football league in nearly 40 years to move on to a season 3. And so, they got to get those people staffed, get those teams ready to go, stocked up, piled, ready for preseason. And they are fast and furious, signing people left and right. Who would you like to see? So we've already seen a couple of these guys. And again, if you want to keep track of these, you can head over to the USFL to NFL tracker, where as they come in, we are dropping them. Since we're a little bit into the show, hopefully everybody's having fun. Go like the tweet, retweet the tweet, take a moment, pause, like this video. It helps the engagement. Make sure you're subscribed. Click the bell. It builds morale. But I do have another question. Usually we talk football. But, you know what? I'm a jerk. We're going to follow him right now. SlamBall. Has anybody been watching SlamBall? I posted in the Discord last night in the Tesla, waiting for some Whataburger, some Texas stuff. It was my cheat meal for the week. My arms are sore. They're burning. Getting fired up, been doing some weight training, doing some heavy cardio. Stubble Ref Summer comes with a lot of hard work. We'll see how long this Stubble Ref Summer stuff lasts. But the hard work, determination, well, like I said, we got something special planned for Summer Stock 3. Spring Stock 3. Maybe Summer Stock 3 too. We'll see. But make sure you like the tweet. Make sure you retweet the tweet. But more importantly, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe, you click the bell, it builds morale. It's going to let you know every time we're live. So whether it's a USFL podcast, a Sign Me Up Saturday, or a potential new show for season 3 of the USFL, that's what you're going to want to get in where you fit in. But our boy Bailey Carlin. So if you don't know the name, Bailey Carlin ran the social media for the XFL in 2020 and the lead up to 2020. And we can all say, one of the most amazing things about the XFL in 2020 was their social media accounts, and it was a lot in part thanks to Bailey Carlin. Now, I'm sure a lot of people that were watching the XFL at that time remember when the league bankrupted, folded for a second time. There was one final tweet, the Jake Gyllenhaal gif. And Bailey, you know what? I don't know if this story is well known. I think he spoke about this on his social media account. But he was already fired or let go or laid off or however you want to say from the league. And he still went out of his way to send that epic tweet. And another funny story is I think he still had access to the XFL social accounts like comically late after the new ownership. And he had the opportunities to post some funny things and, what could have been? Well, you know what he's doing now? He was doing the social media for fan-controlled football. Might still be, actually. I don't know. But now he's running the social media for SlamBall. And it's like a perfect fit. I always say with these leagues. Same with the AFL. I had a conversation about this with a couple of the folks over there. For these niche markets, I think you need to be a little bit of tongue-in-cheek. You have to go out there, have a little bit of fun. And if there's anybody that's going to do that right, it's our boy Bailey Carlin. And so he even commented on the situation, retweeting one of the SlamBall tweets. I got to be honest, this is the most fun I've had on here professionally since the XFL. So and I just noticed, expert in here. XFL is dumb. Well done. I remember there was a time when people got tired of that joke. But I remember telling people, you wait, this is one of those kind of jokes where it's going to get funny again. It's going to get old, and then it's going to get funny because it's old. And this is one of them. Sign them up, expert. Never leave a chance. Never leave an opportunity on the table. So, Bailey Carlin, smart guy. He knows what he's doing when it comes to social media. Well, let's just take a look here. Because he's trying to recruit our boy PFN's only Ducky, community legend. He has to go, well, not Bailey per se, but SlamBall. Oh, this is SlamBall Network. Oh, I see. I thought this was the regular SlamBall account. Well, SlamBall Network, sign him up. They need a community legend, but he's waiting for it to return. So, well, the context is a little bit out there. Now, you know what, though? Let's take a look at, because I don't know if this was on the podcast just yet, but we did finally get the money transferred from the limited edition Ducky merch. And as promised, we're helping Feeding America. And that's not a joke. That's a fact, Jack. That's the name of the charity. 1,000 meals. Thanks to you. Thanks to everybody that bought the limited edition Ducky merch. We were able to donate 1,000 meals to families in need. Sign you guys up. Clap, pat yourselves on the back. Maybe we'll do it again for season 3. We'll come up with something different. Maybe some different merch and through maybe a different vendor. The hats came out good, but Teespring will Teespring. But Bill. Oh, I forget his last name, but Bill from the Showboats group, and he made us some knockout shirts for summer stock. So I'd like to reach out to him, see what kind of deal we could work out. But definitely, hey, sign you up. 1,000 meals. That's the Newsroom way. Newsroom not only has more fun, but we're giving back to the community. But you know what? Let's talk about some arena football here. I think we got some arena football news to talk about. I mean, mainly the big one, all 16 team locations for 2024. So back in February, let's just give you a little reminder here on everything that's gone down. Back in February, it was revealed that the Arena Football League would be making a return. Now, it's been an interesting few years when it comes to these football leagues, right? We've seen the AAF, we've seen the XFL return, we've seen the XFL go away, we've seen the XFL return again, we've seen the USFL return. Well, now we're seeing the AFL return. And this time it seems like they have some good money around them. I'm not going to lie. I've had a few conversations with the owner. I've had a few conversations with a few folks over there, and everything they tell me is things are looking bright skied, bushy tails. But I'd be a liar if I said that, the drought from February when they dropped the news until now didn't give me a little pause for concern. But you know what? I've said it before with the XFL, with the USFL, with maybe even the AAF, maybe not. Sometimes you have to wait for the right moment. Sometimes, people have a short attention span, so you don't want to give it to them too early. But it sounds like they have a little bit of a timeline in place now. But so let's just jump right into it. So what was it? July 18th, they dropped a little teaser video, which was nice. It was well done. It was well packaged. I will say not as cool as that announcement one that had the Arena Newsroom tweeting it. But hey, you know what? I'm not going to fault you. Which, hey, out there, all you folks, make sure you're following Arena Newsroom as well on Twitter. It's, we haven't used it as much until now, but you know us. Newsroom is the leaders in alternative sports. So if you want that Arena Newsroom, you want that Arena football news, make sure you're following over there. So let's break it down. Summer cities, summer states here. Austin, Texas, sign them up. Boise. Okay. California, I mean, that's a little vague. We heard maybe Bakersfield, but there's some back and forth, and I've not confirmed that yet. Colorado, Chicago, which was expected. We had heard that a while back. Louisiana, hey, I told everybody about the voodoo a long time ago. And again, we have what could potentially be the new logo over on Arena Newsroom. Sure, some people aren't too happy about that one, but hey, sign them up. The ref gets the scoop. 2 scoops like ice cream. I got to share at least one of them. Minnesota, Ohio, which I think Cincinnati was the latest I heard on that. So if you're near Cincy, go get some Skyline chili. You can go check out an arena football game come 2024. Oregon, or Oregon, as all the Oregon people hate to hear. Orlando. Fun market, tourist market though, so always gives me some pause. Philadelphia, which I've been telling everybody, Philadelphia Soul is on the table. If you go back at the old Arena Newsroom articles back from February, you'll see 2 scoops. The ref shared one with you, and one of them was the Philadelphia Soul. St. Louis, smart move because they saw, I think, what was happening with the XFL in St. Louis. It's a market that's hungry for football, so naturally they're going there. Tallahassee, Tennessee, Washington, which was another one that we had called, and West Texas. Now, there's a couple interesting things going on with this list. And if you're a fan of the National Arena League, you'll be quick to notice, hey, wait a minute here. Some of these cities are the same cities that are in the National Arena League. So, as we have here down the article, we have Philadelphia Soul, San Jose Sabercats, which was rumored to make a return. That's not to say they're going to play in San Jose, though. And the New Orleans Voodoo. So those are the ones we've heard of so far. It will be, I can't wait to hear Zach talk about this. Everybody, and this is what I've been saying, I want inside the walls. No pressure, no peer pressure, no bullying, but I would love to see Inside the Walls expand their coverage into the Arena Football League, right? They're part of the newsroom crew. We're building a thing at arenanewsroom.com. And baby, we need a podcast that talks about all of these arena leagues. My boy Jim Meunier, my boy Zach, you know me, Zach and me go all way back. We're co-hosts. Get signed up. Maybe I'll even jump on Inside the Walls from time to time. I don't know. I doubt it. I got too much on my plate. And now I've added a Saturday show. So before we get into the partnership, because we did get one partnership right away, let's talk about what we alluded to earlier. Boy, oh boy, it was a horrible, no good, terrible day for the National Arena League. I teased it early on back in February. I said, oh boy. And I think I even told Zachy boy back in the, behind the curtains, I said, Zach, I got a bad feeling about the National Arena League. I got a feeling that they're going to take a hit on this. And, naturally the NAL guys said, ain't nothing to worry about here. Don't you? This is smoke and mirrors. Well, smoke and mirrors no more. Well, we got the Orlando Predators. I think they were the first ones to announce, sayonara, suckers. No more National Arena League. We're back in the Arena Football League. And they're coming. They're bringing a pretty healthy fan base. And now they don't have to compete, right? There's not going to be 2 teams in one city playing around the same time. That's going to get tough. But the Arena Football League. So again, here's what I know about the Arena Football League. The new Arena Football League. The old Arena Football League. That's the thing here. This isn't really new ownership. There's folks involved in the original Football League involved in bringing, not rebooting, bringing back the AFL. These are names you know, names you recognize. Now, my big question to them when I was talking about this, before even the announcement in February, I said 16 teams. My guy, I've been covering spring football for 5 years. A lot of these leagues with 8 teams, and other than the USFL, none have made it to a second season. I said, how the hell do you plan on doing this? And he said, well, smart money. So beyond money, we've always talked about that. To be an owner in the Arena Football League, you have to have a certain amount of capital behind you. There's going to be shared resources in the Arena Football League. So that was always my big gripe with the National Arena League is, well, these turfs are all mix and match. It's like, again, the San Antonio team had a real nice video package, but whenever they needed a sponsor on the field, it was a very clear cut, like patchwork to put in their logo. To me, that's Bush League. Not to mention, I think they fixed it now, but last season at least, the South Carolina Cobras had the KISS Arena Football League as their turf. I mean, that's just silly. So these are things I'm told are not going to happen in the AFL. They're going to have the old school nets for the kicks, which I know is something that the National Arena League promised for this year, but I think they weren't able to execute fully. I don't know. I am very intrigued by the new AFL. I'm also very happy that they have 2 teams in Texas. Now, would I be happier if one of them was here or near Houston? 100%. Absolutely. Sign me up. Come on, guys. What are you doing? The ref says we need a team in Houston, and we know the ref is always right. Speaking of Texas, we also, not we, but they, the AFL, also poached the West Texas Warbirds, which, if you're not sure, you didn't know, the West Texas Warbirds, this is their first year in the National Arena League, and after 1 year, they're outie. They're gone. They're bouncing ship. They're heading to the AFL. I like their logo. Odessa, sign them up. Texas, ain't nothing better than Texas. Get signed up. Everything's bigger and better in Texas. It's Newsroom HQ. You should have known already. So, I mean, right there, you lost the West Texas Warbirds, the NAL. You lost the Orlando Predators. Man, that stinks, NAL. And then you got the Albany Empire situation. And boy, oh boy, can we just put on our tinfoil hats? Can we just put on the tinfoil hats for a second? Go into conspiracy zone. We always talk about speculation zone. Conspiracy times, conspiracy zone. Do. The waters turning the conspiracies crazy. Let's go into the conspiracy zone. What if, man, if I was a returning AFL, a returning Arena Football League, a league that has money behind it, a league that plans on having celebrities and big sports names behind each of the teams to help support and build engagement for these teams. Wouldn't it be genius to go have Antonio Brown go buy a team in the NAL to create as much turmoil as possible? Because I don't think there was a lot of people that expected the Albany Empire thing to work out well with Antonio Brown as an owner. But I don't know if there was anybody that expected it to go as poorly as it did. Holy smokes. That was like, they didn't even make it the full season. They had to kick him out of the league after he kicked out all of the players out of their hotel. I've never seen a coach carousel like I have with that Albany Empire team. Now, Chris Mason, you bring up a point in the chat. Oh, they must merge. I don't know if they must merge. I think the NAL needs to merge with the AFL to survive, but I don't think the AFL needs the NAL. The one thing that I could see them going for picking them up, if they even need to, because the way that these structures work, they can just speak directly with the owners, but they left the Northeast open, right? Now, when I talked to the powers that be at the AFL back in February, maybe January, I don't even know, possibly even December, it was early. I said, 16 teams. We went through all that. He said, yep, but the good thing about 16 is we're not going to expand. That's it. We're 16. We'll always be 16. So maybe that changes with the Northeast still available. Maybe they move some of the teams, but I think the 16 is the 16 that we get for 2024. Rando, I think you're right. The NAL will become just a regional Northeastern team. And here's the thing, though. I don't think the AFL is poised to fold within the next 2 years. And again, there's a lot of things I can't share, but I'd say they're comfortable where they're at financially. Probably, dare I say, the most comfortable that they had ever been throughout the whole history of the Arena Football League. And yes, they had their ups, they had their downs. But I'd say from what I'm told is different than what could be in reality. I'm not going to lie. But from what I'm told, they're in a good situation. But we'll see how that plays out. I'm curious. I'm, always cautiously excited about any of these things. But I'll be, we'll be covering it over on Arena Newsroom. Hey, if you do or anybody does want to cover Arena football, hit us up. Jacksonville, yep, it looks like it is staying in the NAL. For now, we'll see. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in the NAL offseason. Do they try to add some teams? I've heard some rumors that I'm not going to touch about because I'll just say it's not my story to break. I'll leave that for the folks that have the story. But there might be some things in the works there for the NAL. So they're definitely, they're hurt, but they're not out. But man, what a day. That had to have stung a little bit for the National Arena League, because you got to remember their season's still going on, right? Season's still flowing, season's still going healthy. And they lost two of their teams on top of losing the Albany Empire earlier in the season. Let's see. Is there anything good on social media? Chat, what do you guys want to go over? Anything, any questions, any topics you want me to cover? Football, not football? What do you got? Let's take a look. Jared Goff is trending, so that's a new thing. Barbie movie. I know that the Barbenheimer. I will maybe watch Oppenheimer when it comes out on streaming, but I did see this come up across my timeline the other day, so I'm going to share that. Is he not Ken? He's perfect. Jared Goff, he's my golden god. I might print this out. I might have it framed. I might put it up here just so everybody knows. The Roar is being restored in 2023. Let it be known, let it be heard. The Roar is being restored 17-0. Just so if you want to put in some wagers, this is not financial advice, but if you want to put in some wagers, 17-0, the Lions are going this season. Now, I'm not going to give them a playoff game. I'm not going to do that. But they are going to sweep the season. And it's thanks to this guy, Jared Goff, our golden god. Every day I pray to Jared Goff. In his name I pray, amen. Sign him up. Get hype. Get the altar ready. Get your Kool-Aid stirred up. We have any Lions fans in here? I know Chris Mason, my boy, is. I might have to come out to a game this season. Maybe we'll do an off-season, a fall stock in Detroit to get the Roar restored. It might not be a good idea. I don't have such a great track record for Lions. I don't. For Ford Field, really. That first game, the Panthers got swooged up. The last game we pulled it out, so that was pretty cool. I don't know. What do you got in the chat? What do you want me to talk about here? Like I said, while we're waiting for everything to catch up, USFL Newsroom. You should be checking it out every day. James, my man, let's take a moment to pause on this. James, MVP of the season, MVP of the year, MVP of the lifetime. I don't know if anyone can surpass him. Now, we do have a lot of great writers over at the Newsroom. The Newsroom crew is keeping things exciting. Speaking of which, my boy Nicholas Thorne, he just dropped a USFL quarterback tier list. He's going to be dropping one over on xflnewsroom.com as well. But James, my guy, just up to speed on all the latest signings. And we got a lot. Like I said, going into season 3, all these teams are going to have to re-sign these guys. It'll be interesting to see which ones return on the same teams, which ones return on a different one. I'll take a pause on even that topic for a minute. This is a hell of an article right here. I believe it's over 5,000 words. Our boy James sat down with Toby Johnson from the Generals, I think nearly 2 hours. 2 hours of a conversation, 2 hours of an interview. in a nearly 5,000 or over 5,000 word article here. Make sure you take some time to check it out. It's also going to be dropping in video form over on this channel at USFL Podcast over on YouTube, which again, we have already discussed. You're subscribed. You click the bell. You got some morale, so then you'll know when that interview drops. But you'll see we're adding new content to this channel. Off season, get signed up. Sign me up Saturday. We're going to have James joining with some interviews. We're going to have the Friday show as normal, maybe not weekly, but we're going to supplement you like a little pill. Take the pill, get signed up. We're having fun. Like I said earlier, call the cops. It must be illegal to have this much fun on a Saturday. And you know what my problem is? I'm a little hyped today. I'm a little wired. I'm a little crazy. I had some coffee. I had a little bit of coffee. We know I'm already hyped. I'm already amped as it is. I'm a little cuckoo, a little loco, if you will, a little bazinga, a little ding dong. So you know me on the coffee. I get a little bit crazy, but we got the water gang to bring us down to the real life. And I just no, does it not? Well, maybe it does. Maybe it isn't. I'm going to leave it for now. But if you want to keep up with all the signings, I mean, Newsroom is where it's at daily. My guy, James Larson, is putting out the articles. But we also have, and put on your simp hat, Simp Alert, get signed up for all the simps out there. Mel's has joined the Newsroom crew as well. She put out a Stars piece not too long ago. It's probably hidden now because of all these signings. She did a Stars preview. Actually, no, I take that back. Stars preview is coming up this Monday. That's why I haven't seen it, but she did a Gunnar Oaks article. So she's been dropping little pieces here and there. Our boy Logan Graffia, which check out his Twitter because he recently did a spot on the news. I watched the whole thing. Make sure you watch the whole thing. We got to support our dudes in the alt football scene. Every one of them. Love me or hate you. I want you to survive. I want everybody to do well. I mean, there's a lot of people just hate me. And I still say sign them up. I support everybody because without people talking about spring football, alternative football, arena football, whatever football, I mean, it becomes very boring. I mean, these leagues, all of them, maybe other than the USFL, could use all the help we could give them. Fox has a big media arm. They got people talking about the league. So this is very much supplemental, but I'm sure the Arena Football League, XFL, all of these guys appreciate what we're doing. And the USFL appreciates what we're doing. I mean, they hooked us the F up at Summer Stock. They put us in touch with the Hall of Fame Village. We had an awesome spot right near the entrance. For Spring Stock, they hooked us up with helmets and all sorts of cool goodies. I can't wait for Spring Stock 3. Look, my Spring Stock hat came like months after I ordered it. I ordered it like 2 months before Spring Stock. So we'll have it for Spring Stock 3. This is the official workout hat for the ref now. So it's going to get beaten down, broken up, battered by the time we get to Spring Stock. So I might need to order another one because I'm going to get hype. I'm going to get crazy. I'm getting in shape. And I would watch out because maybe there'll be a challenge put out every now and then. So again, if you're looking for the latest signings, I mean, big ones here too. CJ Marable returning to the Stallions. We're still kind of waiting on news with Skip Holtz. Is he, isn't he, heading to Northwestern? Oh, hate watch. Yeah, I love when hate watch people hate watch me. I do love that. Well, we'll see. We'll see where Spring Stock will be. I mean, a little piece of me does want to go back to Birmingham, mainly because I have a sweet tagline. Back to Birmingham, Spring Stock 3. I would love to do it. But, well, here's the big thing. It depends on the hubs. But more importantly, it depends on the schedule. What if, and I doubt it, but what if Birmingham plays away week 1 or they play on Sunday, right? We want to be there opening day of the USFL. It might put Zachy Boy and I in a situation where we might have to do it in wherever they're playing. Maybe it's in New Orleans. If it's a Houston, sign us up. Do I want it to be in Birmingham? I would love for it to be in Birmingham. Detroit would be nice, but it gets a little bit more difficult because there's less tailgating. The weather's a little bit different. We would have to find a nice indoor establishment where I think we already have that locked down in Birmingham. So, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what the schedule looks like, how the pieces line. But you would think with the, back-to-back championship, they'll probably have that opening game. We'll see. You should do 30 push-ups. You should take a break and you should do 30 more. Minimum 60 push-ups a day. Yeah. I think that's really all we got. I would love Ginda to go to the Lions, by the way. I am now catching up on the chat. Yeah, stripe the beard with the shirt. No joke, bro. Back in my heyday, I had really short buzz cut hair and I had stripe lines dyed into my hair. I'll have to see if I can find a picture of that. I'll have to, because that was ultimate ref mode. Stripes in the hair, stripes on the shirt. If I didn't have a day job, I would be getting signed up on that as well. But I think that's all we got. We're nearing about an hour. I ran out of time because I do have some stuff to do at 1. So unfortunately, I don't have any time to talk about the XFL. But next time, I will make sure we're going to carve out some time to talk about the XFL. We'll talk about their partnerships with ZOA, with what's the tequila? We'll mark up the name Terramana, ZOA, GTSQ, I think is what it is. Maybe, I think probably by then we'll have some news on the combine. So no time this week. Sorry, folks, on Sign Me Up Saturday. We have to get signed out. I have to go deal with some important stuff in the sidelines. So no XFL this week, but we hope you enjoyed the content for the XFL. We hope you enjoyed the content for the AFL. We hope you enjoyed the technical difficulties. Like I said, it wouldn't be a Sign Me Up Saturday if we didn't have a technical difficulty or two. You know me. I like my technical difficulties. I was actually a little bit nervous going into this show, and then once I saw that the audio wasn't working, all of those butterflies disappeared. Then I was like, yes, now it's Sign Me Up Saturday. I'm signed up. That would break a normal man. Instead, it makes me so happy. It makes me feel so good. Getting signed up. We had the coffee. That was a mistake. I don't like the coffee. I always think I like coffee. I like the way it tastes. That I do. But I don't like the way it makes me feel. I'm just too hyped, too amped. And I would say there's no such thing as too signed up, but maybe a little bit so. But I had fun talking about the AFL, Arena Football League. Make sure you're following Arena Newsroom and checking out arenanewsroom.com daily for all the latest AFL news. I love talking about the USFL, so we had a good chance to talk about that before Zachy Boy and I record later this week. So you know what? Couldn't leave you hanging. Had fun talking about SlamBall, and it is a damn shame we ran out of time for the XFL. But mark your calendars. Next Sign Me Up Saturday, we are going to be talking about the XFL because, hey, we run XFL Newsroom, the leaders in XFL news. Newsroom runs shop. Newsroom has more fun. Newsroom does it right. Real news for real fans. That's what we say. The Newsroom motto. We all got one of these notebooks right here. And you might say, Ref, that's the cheapest notebook that you can find. That is true. Start from the bottom. Now we're here. Get signed up. And next year, for all the people that have one of these, and maybe some that don't, well, they're getting the upgrade. They're getting the better notebook. But you got to earn it. You got to earn your keep. Nobody starts at the top. You all start at the bottom. And if you don't, it builds more morale to do it that way. It's more fun to climb and climb. I think I can. If you haven't read that book, you should. I don't care if you're 12, 24, 36, 89. I think I can. Because no, son, I know I can. I know I will. That's what makes it part of the battle. That's what makes it more fun. And you know what? That's how you build things organically. Like the Discord. Make sure you click the link down below. Join the Discord. We have some of the funniest people in the world. We have enemies. Our enemies are in the Discord. That, to me, is my greatest joy. I love the spying. Spy more. But I say this, lurk less. Come in there, talk. Join the community. There's a reason everybody lurks, is because we have so much fun in the Discord. We have so much fun. The community is great. Everybody loves each other. You should join the conversation. If you don't join the conversation, you're just letting everybody else have fun without you. So love me, hate me, join the conversation. That's what it's all about. Don't sit in the shadows. Don't have your knees clanking together. I get it. I'd be scared too, but don't be. We're all a bunch of big teddy bears over in the Discord. I think that's it though, guys. So you know what? Thanks for joining. Thanks for signing me up Saturday. I don't think we'll have it next week because we're going to put out the USFL podcast, but maybe the week after, or maybe we will do it next week. That's the beauty of this show. Sometimes it's weekly. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's yearly. Sometimes we take a week off. So until next time, whenever that is, folks, sign you up.
Low self-esteem is like a virus. You catch it from other people. Low self-esteem is like a virus. You catch it from other people. You didn't get your low self-esteem necessarily because you were born with it. It's got to be a genetic component here. But mostly it comes from narcissists who have their own broken self-esteem, and they want you to have a broken self-esteem, and if you don't have it, they're going to give it to you. You catch it from other people, and you can get rid of it, just like you can get rid of it. Right? Low self-esteem is like a virus. You catch it from other people. Low self-esteem is like a virus. You catch it from other people. You do have a constitution. You do have immunity. But it takes a little while, just like getting cold. The cold wins for a while, and then your natural immunity takes over. Your natural immunity can get you away from this low self-esteem that you caught from other people. It's not in you. It's something you caught. And you're going to beat the shit out of it. Just like your immune system will beat the shit out of it. Tom Hanks was it. 99% of you plus. Low self-esteem is like a virus. You catch it from other people. Low self-esteem